been quite a while since I've done this, so I brought a stool with me. Actually, I might want to stand up. I don't know. So, that other podcast, I think I'm going to retire it. It's had its run. That doesn't mean that jolly old Dave won't be on some of the new podcast and other guests also. That doesn't mean that, but mostly this will be a solo run where my idea is to attack a topic. Well, attack a topic is the stool's not working, but to take a topic and basically see if I can research it, and then I'm gonna spit out just a bunch of not belligerent, but like just nonsense about it, and so we'll see how that goes. So what this is right now, I mean, I haven't done a podcast myself. It seems like it's almost been a year. I've done a couple of the dirty deeds, and those have been great, and I love them. It's just been hard to get up there lately. There's been a lot going on between everybody. It's not like anything between me and Dewey or anything. It's just life and shit. So we've had a lot of busy moments in our past days for the last few months. So that gave me a little bit of time to reflect and kind of get to a place where I was thinking, you know what, maybe that I shouldn't be doing the hosting thing. I'm a better sidekick. I'm a better well, if I'm hosting, it should be solo. It should be just me just riffing. And if I can do it, that's a challenge in itself. That's a hard thing to do. And I've seen Dewey do it a couple of times. I'm always impressed with how he handles it. He does a good job. And so I think I need to move on from that other podcast. And jolly old Dave, obviously, he's not as into it as I am, and I've been itching to get down here and do it. So we're gonna move on with that other podcast, and we're gonna move on to the Narrow Thought Box, where I'll take on a topic. I'll hopefully not hopefully. I'm gonna do my best to research it. And hopefully it's somewhat informative. I don't want to dumb down America. I'm actually kind of trying to invite trolls, because if I say something wrong about a topic, I guarantee it, somebody's going to come at me hard, and I am welcoming that. I want so much feedback. I want positive, negative, indifferent, what have you, everything. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, is to just get a different kind of a vibe. I mean, this is actually, in honesty, what I was going for in the first place. It just went one direction, and that's kind of the lane it stayed in. So but I think it's hit its dead end, and so we're gonna move on. And today I'm just kind of announcing that, just doing a short podcast, because I haven't done it in so long, and I especially haven't done it solo in so long. I think I've only done like 2 solo ones, and those are the hardest ones. I actually had to take a whole entire week to do one podcast. I did 10 minutes a day, and it wasn't miserable. It was actually kind of fun, but I would get to like 10 minutes and be like, oh, that's it, I'm done. So what I'm shooting for that not to happen anymore. That's why I want to do a little bit of research about what I'm coming in with, so that I don't have to cut them off at 10 minutes and have a bunch of different choppy segments. I want some continuity, you know. And then apologize for my voice. I've had the worst cold, and I'm actually just coming out of it. I mean, that might be what got me riled up to come down here, is the fact that I'm starting to feel a little better. But so anyhow, I'm just repeating and repeating. So for today's podcast, I'm just gonna request that anybody that has a suggestion. So what do you want to know about? I do okay with research. So if you want to know about something, let me know, and I will possibly dive into it, and then that could be a topic on a podcast, because I wanted to get this up going. I want to get back to my consistent that's funny because it was never consistent, but I want to get back on track, you know, get this podcast back out there, the new one, the Narrow Thought Box. I may post it under that other podcast for the first few. We'll see. I know, oh God, I was just thinking about that when, fuck, I'm doing it still. When I listen to podcasts and there's a guy who goes drives me up a wall. But yeah, I will take any suggestions. So I'm just gonna take those via Twitter. I'm at the THA Other Podcast. So that's where if you guys have some, I would love them, and we can possibly dive into them. So I'm gonna do like a trial run. So what I did is I looked up the 30 most bizarre research paper topics of all time, and this one's completely blind because I haven't researched it at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into them and see how it looks. And then also got my bag of candy, and then my other sponsors: light bulbs, antelopes, ceiling fans, other light bulbs, beer signs, and paintings. Okay, so those guys are paying me. Did better because I just shouted them out. All right, so let's see what we got. If I can find it. It's the first time I brought my computer down here in a while too. It probably has been over a year. All right. Okay, this one's interesting. Ovulation, a lap dancer's secret weapon. Okay, so just understand that I just Googled this. This isn't the kind of stuff I plan to do, but first episode, fuck it. We're just gonna go off the cuff and see what we come up with. Like I said, there's not gonna be a lot of research. Interesting topic, I'm sure, but who in the hell would come up with that? Topics I'm talking: psychedelics, motocross, just span the spectrum, but don't make it like these fringe. It's not necessarily. I actually do fringe topics, but not these ones, because I clicked on this because it was probably clickbait. So my fault for that, but we're gonna dive into it anyway. So let's see what happens. Okay. Ovulation, a lap dancer's secret weapon. For many postgraduate students, a PhD thesis was made. Are you fucking serious? Sorry about the silence. This is straight up clickbait. I clicked on the wrong shit. Let's see if there's anything down below. Okay. What the fuck? This is straight up clickbait. Which can jump higher, cat, dog, or cat flea or dog flea. I don't. If you're interested, you go ahead and Google it. That's not the kind of shit I want to do on here, though. Fuck. Apologies. So I'm just gonna keep rambling. And also keep scrolling, so I might be somewhat distracted. Do woodpeckers get headaches? I'm curious about that one, actually. In much the same way that we presume dragons don't get sore throats. Yeah. It would be a reasonable assumption that woodpeckers don't suffer from headaches, but assumptions are a poor substitute for authoritative grip of scientific fact. Who in the fuck is testing a woodpecker for a headache? Like, and then how do you know? I had a headache today. How would you fucking know? Unless I told you. Right? Anyhow, let's steam forward on this topic because it's very important for what's going on. Again, I plan on taking on heavier topics than this, but very much appreciate the fact that there are people that are curious about some of the weird shit. I mean, like clickbait. Sometimes with the clickbait, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But most of the time, 99%, I'm like, no. Why is that even on there? Why is anybody even talking about this? Oh, my cat dropped the ball. It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't know. I'm an angry dude, especially at this point in my life, so whatever. Well, let's just keep on moving on. But no, I want to finish this headache thing. Let's see if there's any substantial evidence for saying that these guys have headaches and stuff, hammering their beaks into trees. Up to 25... Oh, okay, this is interesting. So, psychological traits that woodpeckers have developed to avoid brain damage and bleeding or detached eyes when hammering their beaks into trees at up to 20 times a second, 12,000 times a day. In addition, I missed the point. Schwab's paper. Psychological traits? That's a physiological. Oh, that's... See, that's exactly what I was saying. The narrow thought box. That's the point. I am going to give you bad information. I'm going to read wrong and all that bullshit. So, absolutely, that word was physiological, and I read it psychological, and I was like, wait a minute. Psychological traits keep them from doing that? So physiological traits keep hummingbirds from damaging their brains and or eyes while they're busting up trees. So in addition, a very broad but surprisingly squishy skull and sturdy jaw muscles. The woodpecker has a relatively small brain, which probably explains a lot. Explains a little. I mean, they've adapted to their habitat. I can respect that. Those motherfuckers are... Yeah, they're putting in work, more work than any other bird, that's for goddamn sure. Actually, an eagle, I've seen videos of those fuckers dropping off and tossing goats off cliffs. So, I can't say they put in more work, but they've evolved to where they need to be. I mean, they're thriving. They're not on the endangered species list, are they? We'll see. Oh, and I got the sniffles, so if you hear the sniffles through the mic and you don't like it, I can't do anything about it. It's because I didn't bring my tissues down. I do have some paper. I'll blow as I see fit. Booty calls, best of both worlds. What is this bullshit? Compromise. According to U.S. poet and author Phyllis McGinley, what makes The nation's great marriage is happy is also the backstone, or the backbone. Poor reading skills. And I know there's comedians out there that do this, I can't reach it. I can't. When I'm going fast, I always had great reading comprehension when I was young, but I stopped reading when I could start listening to like podcasts and stuff. So I'm going to use that as my excuse for this one. It's also the backbone of the booty call. If research published in 2009 is anything to go by, appearing to the Journal of Sex Research, the term booty call, blah, 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 blah. It's like a mating strategy. Yes. They're saying a bunch of fucking obvious shit. And then the study analyzed booty calling behavior of 61 students. How are you going to get any information out of 61 stupid fucking 21-year-old jacked up on hormone motherfuckers out of... what are you going to do with that? Anyhow, what more? It's confirmed that central thesis... the call may represent a compromise between the short-term sexual nature of the men's ideal relationship and the long-term commitment of the ideally favored by women. I would kind of agree with that. I think that that's probably true. I mean, but test some fucking 40-year-olds. Yeah, get up in my age group. See what you get out of that one. Not some Texas A&M co-eds. I mean, who knows what the fuck that was. Oh, this is not good. Sorry, sip. Mosquitoes and cheese? No. Weighing up lead and feathers? Fuck that. That's a dumb thing. Everybody knows shit weighs the same when it weighs the same. What the fuck? Alright, so again, I don't intend that this is how I take the podcast in the future, but I'm actually having kind of a good time, and that's basically because like these clickbait topics are so easy to fucking trash. So let's see if I can trash this one. I don't need to trash it. If it doesn't need trashing, don't trash it. Despite their... Wait, what the fuck? Oh, also, out of practice, not super good at this. Getting back into the groove. Hopefully, I'm down here. I plan to get down here, if not once a day, once every other day, banking episodes so that I can have content every single week, if not twice a week. So look out for that, and then call me on my bullshit. If I'm not showing up for your, and you guys like it, then call me on it. I'll take it. Again, at the THAotherpodcast.com. No, fuck. It's on Twitter. It's at the other podcast. I'll probably eventually do another Twitter account, another email. Excuse me, sniffling up. And all that for Narrow Thought Box, because that's the direction I want to go. And then again, Dave will be in here time to time. I'm going to bring him in here for shit I don't know about and let him teach me, and other people. If I can get him, I'll bring him in. If I can't get him, I'll do it myself. So that's how we're going to do it. All right? So, okay. Despite their notorious penchant for fully or sometimes partially dead rodents in their mouths, cats are surprisingly fussy eaters. What's more, the pet food industry has found that kittens themselves represent unreliable and expensive test subjects in the pursuit of the most appealing cat food products. So this guy, I'm just going to blaze through this. I don't even read this. I know that when the reading shit starts, it gets boring. So I'll just kind of blaze through it and hopefully rattle off some dumb shit in between time. So let's see. So optimizing sensory characteristics, and it's not going to make any sense until I just give you the bullshit at the end. Texture feed. What the fuck does this even mean? Why is this even an article? Cat food yummy? Question mark. Oh, this is a stupid fucking. See, I got bit by the fucking clickbait. I got clicked by the clickbait. That shit got me. That's a dumb fucking article. Who gives a shit? Oh, hey, what do cats think how shit tastes? Like, how the fuck do you know? Unhidden dangers of sword swallowing. Well, I mean, every fucking danger is apparent in that one, you stupid fuckers. Cut your hand grabbing the sword, cut it going down your throat, stab yourself in the stomach, you stupid fucks. Alright. Beer bottle versus human skull. I'm not even going to read this one, but I can tell you, not a good outcome. I've seen a couple of nasty cuts in a few bar brawls. One recently, I don't know as if anybody that I know knows about, except a couple people. Buddy caught a beer bottle up the side of his head. I had to choke. No, I don't know what the legal procedure. I'm just kidding. We're not in trouble. It was self-defense. These dudes came at my buddy, and he ended up catching it. And I've seen it twice. And both times it's resulted in a pretty solid cut on the top of the head. And, you know, they probably required stitches. It's nothing they couldn't have walked off. And they did walk off. But, you know, in the long run, those things are fucking dangerous. Not to mention you could get some serious concussion, shit from that. You're like, the ramifications on a catching a beer bottle upside the head, because sometimes they don't break. It's just clank. And people don't realize that when they're swinging it. And it's always, and I mean, I'm in my late 30s, and I've seen it in my 20s, and I was like, yeah, fucking hell yeah. But now, after, you know, learning a little bit more about concussions and this, that, when I see that shit, it fucking infuriates me. And because I know how dangerous it is, because a head injury can cause lifetime, behavioral changes, everything. It's insane. So anyways, moving on. I got 30 of these. I don't know how long I've been going. I don't know how long I'm going to go. But I'm having fun. I'm glad that I'm back down here just riffing a bit. And so we're just going to get after it. And we'll see. Parameters, or propulsion parameters of... What the fuck? Propulsion parameters of penguin poop. Do you guys want to know? I'll tell you just because it's on here. And I don't even know if it's true, because like I said, I think this article is clickbait. Oh, shit. Position of model penguin during... Okay. They shoot at 40 centimeters. So these guys are pushing. These penguins are pushing. Lady Gaga and pop art. Why in the fuck it? That's really a thesis statement? I hope this chick failed, because that's a stupid fucking topic. There are way better artists to be covering. I'm not even going to get there. Even chickens prefer beautiful people. What? No. Erase bad memories, keep good ones. So you know how you do that? Marijuana, alcohol, psilocybin. I'm just kidding. I'm not promoting any of those. But if you want to erase memories, go ahead and get into your mind-altering state of being. Let's see if they have anything. Painful, embarrassing, traumatic memories have an annoying habit of accumulating over a course of an average lifetime. Okay, yeah, you're telling us a bunch of shit we already know. That's the funny thing about these articles. They'll give you a whole like paragraph of just, hey, this is exactly what the headline said. And then they'll be like, and here's some data. And then they'll give you another paragraph of exactly what the fucking headline said. It's so hard to find good information on the internet because there's so much bullshit out there. There's so much clickbait. It's really aggravating. That's what one of the things that's dialed me back from actually doing this in the first place is the fact that I'm going to have to go and find this information, and I want it to be credible. Because, I mean, on here, I can get some opinions, and I can make fun of it. It's easy to make fun of because it's so fucking clicky and just, like, lacks points and just all this bullshit, and I can laugh at it, blah, blah, blah. But to find credible information now, you have to, it gets buried under this stuff because these guys pay for the front page, you know. When you go to, say you get on YouTube for the first time, and what you're going to get is a whole shit ton of the bullshit. You want to know why? Because they have money behind it, advertising behind it, and that's not coming from a place like, I mean, I know that's coming from a place of ignorance, but it's also coming from the fact that, like, so for instance, I was listening to a CD in my truck the other day. It was a really popular CD. I'm not going to say what it is. And all of a sudden, I start getting recommendations on my phone from that same artist. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then when I go to, I don't know, let's see, Facebook, everything, hey, you've interacted recently with this site. It's like, no, motherfucker, you know I just bought a dirt bike, or you know I just went to fucking Walmart. It's so fucking crazy. Anyhow, that's a rant. Could be misinformed. I'll take any criticism. Fuck it, don't care. Anyhow, so, painful memories. I got a hock a loogie and spit that motherfucker. We're good. Alright. And they found it in mice. Yeah, because their brains are just like ours. Let's see. I'm not going into that one. Rectal route to curing hiccups. We have to do this one. We have to, because I'll get hiccups occasionally, and the only way I can do it is hold my breath until I almost pass out. So what I do know about a hiccup is it's a spasm in your muscle, or in your diaphragm, in the your diaphragm muscle in your sternum, in between here, and so you can reset that. So let's see what they have to say. So, when beset by a flurry of hiccups, few minutes of putting up with involuntary jolting, da 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 da, blah 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 blah, healing, blah 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 blah, wives' tales, blah 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 blah. The highly effective cure, published in 1990. Termination of intractable hiccups with digital rectal massage. Details case of 60-year-old patient, okay, not enough research, Anyhow, 60-year-old patient whose seemingly nonstop hiccups were brought to an immediate halt by massaging fingers in the rectum. You clearly changed her breathing patterns. You get a finger in your ass, you're going to go, makes enough sense to me. Good job, you fucking geniuses. Anyways, can pigeons tell Picasso from Monet? Fuck off. Nature of, I don't care. The effect of cocaine on bees. Curious about that because I shouldn't talk about it, but anyhow, the effects of cocaine on the human body movement can be observed in nightclubs, blah, 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 blah. In a 2009 paper entitled Effects of Cocaine on the Honeybee Dance Behavior. Okay, let's see what happened. They analyzed how honeybees were affected by low doses of cocaine. Honeybees are no... Okay, yeah, they dance, blah, 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 blah. Jesus, why do they put all this fucking nonsense in here? Okay, so what it did was it prompted bees to circle about 25% quicker as well as dance more exuberantly. No fucking shit, it's cocaine, you stupid fucking... What? Who's spending money on this? Are you fucking serious? Possibility of unicorns? That's a fucking topic? Are you serious? Fuck you. I'm not listening to that shit. I'm not saying they're not possible, but find one first. Fuck. Does country music make you suicidal? The new shit does, not the old school outlaw country. Moving on. What is this? Who the fuck does this? Do cabbies have bigger brains? No, they got GPS, you stupid fuck. Are you? This is weird. Shrews, to chew or not to chew? Yeah, cute little feller. I wish I had a big TV. I spent all my money on that TV up at Dewey's house, so I don't get one right here. I get this fucking course sign. Anyhow, ever felt so blah blah blah? You trying to say something clever? Shut the fuck up. What? All right, I'm going to have to step back a minute. Let's see. Investigated that what happened in a shrew, which first skinned, disemboweled, parboiled, cut into segments. If it was swallowed, sounds chewing, that means without, by a human. Interestingly, many rodents. I say rodents because I drum and rudiments, you get it. Yeah, you get it. All right. That didn't even fucking say anything. You guess? Okay. I'll give somebody $1 if they can guess the next topic before I say it. Here it goes. Gay dead duck sex. This is the fucking website I'm on right now. The fuck am I doing? I should be focusing on more productive activities, shouldn't I? I would think so. Gay dead duck sex? I mean, it's got that. Gay dead duck sex. Nice ring to it. Anyhow, I encourage y'all to Google it because I'm not going to read through it. Love and sex with robots. This actually could be an interesting topic because this shit actually happens. Not necessarily with robots, but with dolls and that kind of shit. Yeah, hold on. I need to take a drink. And get some candy. I'm gonna chew it on the mic. You're welcome. I don't know if I can represent these guys as a sponsor because they haven't fully signed off, and I cuss too much, and I have the sniffles. Okay, so let's do this robot sex one. Alright, intimate relationships with artificial partners. So yeah, that's all the way from like, I would consider an artificial partner anywhere from like a pocket pussy, dildo, you know, those little booty things that, whatever. I've seen porn, I know what's, and then all the way up to the real dolls, those ones, and then the robotic ones. I mean, they're kind of one of the same. But not all of them, but some of them, yeah. Anyhow. Intimate relationships with artificial partners. This is, oh, okay. Ludicrous science fiction or serious science fact. I would say it's not necessarily a science fact. It's just like if something that happens. I mean, there's fucking shows on it. According to papers, blah, 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 that stepped upon something that he fucking, oh, I didn't even know this was happening. Dude, there's been shows about this shit for fucking 10 years, you dumb fuck. Anyways, so for his thesis, which covered sociology, psychology, artificial intelligence, and robotics, among other fields. What are the other ones? He conjectured that human robotic love, marriage, and even consummation are inevitable by 2050. It's already happening now, you fucking dumb fuck. I hope you lose your job because you found out something 10 years fucking late. You stupid son of a bitch. Like, how do you not see this shit happening? I mean, if you watch like TLC or any fucking stupid ass cable shit channel, you're gonna find a show that has some fucking weirdo chasing around a robot or some weird doll doing the same shit to it. It's like, duh. It's been around. There's mainstream movies about it. What's his name? The dude from The Notebook's in a fucking movie about that shit. You say, goddamn, way to go, guy. You're a fucking genuine. Oh God, I'm not. I got so wound up I couldn't even come up with the terminology. Yeah, he's definitely a pioneer in that subject. A better approach to penile zapper and Trent. Nope. Flatulence is self-defense? Fuck. Harry Potter just equals Jesus Christ. You know what? I think I gotta go blow my nose. Call this one. It was fun. I'm glad I got back down here and did this. Again, Narrow Thought Box. Still hit me up at The Other Podcast. At The Other Podcast on Twitter. And send me some subjects you guys want me to rattle off about. I'm not saying I'm going to be nice about them. I might bitch a bit, but I want to a little bit just so that I can get a little bit of push and pull from everybody so that I can see, you know, how you feel about it. Like, let me know, you know, change my mind. And, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm just dead set on changing your mind. That just means I'm open to hearing what you have to say, because the Narrow Thought Box, if in the title it doesn't make sense, that means you're thinking in a small box. It's a podcast for learning, and hopefully I can get a little bit of people that will throw in their 2 cents, whether it be good or bad, and we can all learn. That's what I want to do. So that's the Narrow Thought Box for this one. This is the first episode of Narrow Thought Box. Thanks.